Making a buzz right now, should a former Playboy Playmate have received a so-called genius visa to be here in the United States? Shera Bechard was Playboy's Miss November 2010, and she also came up with the idea of Frisky Friday. That's a weekly provocative photo sharing craze on Twitter. So does that qualify her for a special visa the U.S. government reserves for individuals with extraordinary ability? We will let you decide that, but before we do, we should note, now one of the qualifications given on a government website describing who these visas are available to is a person receiving an internationally recognized award, such as maybe a Nobel Prize. Melissa Sharp from Even 95.5 is our guest today. Some would argue that, you know what, Shera's qualifications stack up pretty high.
And I think there's a lot of men who would say she's brilliant for coming up with the idea of Frisky Friday.
Yeah, you know, they would give her
I have no problem with brains and beauty in the same package.
Absolutely.
None at all. So if this woman is very intelligent, then right on, go ahead, you know, give her this visa. But is there a test, like you go to the visa office and have to take like the Jeopardy test or something?
Well, I will tell you, this is, I'll tell you someone who's received it. CNN's British journalist Piers Morgan, he got one to fill in for when Larry King left CNN. So he did get one of these so-called genius visas because he's an entrepreneur. And that's one of the qualifications. If you are an entrepreneur, then you can, according to the regulations or requirements of this, you can be considered.
Which means you could be a 15-year-old kid who's you know, developed some product or a website or something, and not even having gone through college or anything, and you could be considered this genius?
Well, that's you said it earlier. I think that's the best thing to say. Maybe a loophole. It's an immigration. I mean, this is an immigration type of a visa, and we have a lot of immigration issues here in our state. So some would argue this doesn't seem fair to me. You can be an entrepreneur and get this so-called, it's called an EQ or EB1, O1 or EB1 visa. And this attorney, this immigration lawyer who represents the Playmate, said, you know what? It's been approved 12,280 times last year.
And it looks like he's making a little cottage industry out of it, too.
There's no cap. There's no cap on how many people can receive these. And does it help maybe that she was Hugh Hefner's former girlfriend? I'm just saying.
If you go in and tell them that, that's got to drop your IQ like 30 points.
I don't know. She's a beautiful woman, and I'm certainly, like, I agree with you 100%. You can have beauty and you can have blonde,
absolutely.
That's for sure. You can certainly have it all. But I just wonder, there's so many, especially here in our state, there's so many immigration issues that a lot of folks maybe are looking at this like it doesn't seem quite fair.
Right. A lot of people are going, hey, I'm a genius.
I came up with something. Eli Smith, here's what you're saying on Facebook. Eli Smith, she took legal channels and was awarded the visa. Good for her. Better than doing so illegally. Natalie Torres, we worry about people coming to this country for work and make laws to cast them away. And she is making a joke about her status, pays no taxes, and exploits herself for all to see. Send her back. Does 1070 apply? Interesting take. Interesting take. A lot of you obviously commenting on this story. We encourage you rather to keep the dialogue going.